Your cat forgot where they hid their favorite toy mouse. They walked into the kitchen and stood there, completely blank, wondering why they came. They lose interest in that feather wand the second you put it down. But here's what's haunting. There are certain memories burned so deep into your cat's brain that they'll carry them to their last breath. Memories about you. Memories that happened years ago but still control how they react when you reach for them right now. These aren't just random thoughts floating around in their head. These memories are actively running in the background every single day, deciding whether your cat trusts you, fears you, loves you, or keeps one paw ready to run. They're shaping every purr, every flinch, every slow blink. And if you've ever wondered why your cat acts a certain way around you, the answer is probably locked in one of these 8 memories they'll take to the grave. 1. Their first few weeks of life. Everything your cat is today was decided before they even open their eyes fully. Between 2 and 7 weeks old, a kitten's brain is wide open, downloading the world like it's writing the operating system for the rest of their life. It's not just learning, it's imprinting. During this window, every touch, every sound, every human interaction gets filed under either safe or threat, and that filing system doesn't get rewritten. If a kitten was held gently during this time, if they heard soft voices and felt warm hands, their brain hardwired people as safe. Those cats grow up confident, affectionate, easy to handle. But if a kitten was ignored, scared, or hurt during those weeks, that imprint stays. Even if they end up in the most loving home on earth, that early fear lives under the surface, waiting to resurface as anxiety, aggression, or an inability to ever fully relax. Your rescue cat isn't being difficult. They're not stubborn. They're responding to a memory that was written in permanent ink before they had any choice in the matter. You didn't create that memory, but here's the thing, you can't erase it either. What you can do is build new experiences on top of it, day after day, until the weight of your consistency starts to outweigh the weight of their past. You're not rewriting their story. You're just proving that this chapter is different. 2. The day everything changed. Your cat remembers the exact moment their entire world collapsed and rebuilt itself around you. The day you brought them home wasn't just stressful. It was the single most disorienting event they will ever experience. One moment they had a routine, a smell, a version of normal. The next moment, they're stuffed in a carrier, trapped in a moving vehicle, surrounded by sounds and smells their brain has zero reference for, and then dropped into a space that feels completely alien. To you, it was adoption day. To them, it was sensory chaos. And because of that, every detail from that day is seared into their memory like a brand. The way you smelled, the tone of your voice, whether you gave them space or crowded them, whether you were calm or frantic. That day became their baseline. It set the tone for every interaction that came after. If you were patient, if you let them hide, if you didn't force affection, they filed you under safe. If you rushed things or overwhelmed them, that stress became part of how they see you. First impressions aren't just important to cats, they're foundational. That day wasn't just when they moved in. It was the day they decided whether you could be trusted with their survival. 3. The people who mattered, for better or worse. Your cat doesn't just remember people. They remember how people made them feel, and those feelings last forever. Research confirms that cats have incredibly strong long-term memory when emotion is involved, and people trigger more emotion than almost anything else in their world. If someone was kind to your cat, played with them gently, respected their boundaries, spoke softly, that person gets stored in their mental safe list. Years can pass, and your cat will still recognize them the second they walk in. The voice, the scent, the way they move, it all clicks. To your cat, it's not a reunion, it's just that person showing up again, the one who always felt right. But the opposite is just as true, and it's stronger. One bad experience with a person can override 100 neutral ones. If someone grabbed your cat too hard, yelled near them, scared them, or caused pain, that person becomes a permanent red flag. Your cat won't forget them. They'll tense up at the sound of their voice, vanish when they visit, or lash out if they get too close. To a cat, people aren't just faces. They're emotional histories. And those histories don't fade. 4. Every moment of pain. Pain is one thing a cat's brain refuses to let go of because forgetting pain is how prey animals die. Your cat's memory system is built to remember every fall, every injury, every moment of terror, and every time something hurt them physically or emotionally. It doesn't matter if the wound healed or the fear passed. The memory stays active because it's a survival tool. That's why your cat avoids that one corner of the house for no reason you can see. That's why they flinch when you reach a certain way, even though you've never hurt them. That's why they refuse to go near the basement or jump on that specific piece of furniture. To you, it looks random. To them, there's a flashing warning sign you can't see, and it's based on a memory they'll never be able to explain. The pain doesn't even have to be severe. It just has to have felt intense in that moment. A bad fall. A door closing on their tail. Getting stuck somewhere and panicking. The fear and helplessness that came with it gets stored just as strongly as the physical sensation. Your cat isn't being paranoid. They're being protected by their own brain, even when the danger is long gone. 5. They're safe zones. If pain memories last forever, so do memories of safety, and your cat guards those just as fiercely. Every cat has specific places in your home that aren't just comfortable, they're emotionally protective. A high shelf, a certain closet, under your bed, inside that one cardboard box, or curled up on your lap. These aren't preferences. They're anchors. When your cat's world feels too loud, too chaotic, too unpredictable, they retreat to these spaces because their memory tells them that nothing bad happens there. The memory of safety is so powerful it can lower their heart rate and calm their nervous system just by being in that spot again. This is why your cat vanishes during thunderstorms, when guests come over, or when you're vacuuming. They're not being antisocial or dramatic. They're accessing a stored memory that says this place equals calm, and they need that calm right now. Once a space becomes safe in a cat's mind, it stays safe. And they'll return to it over and over, not because they're hiding from you, but because they're protecting themselves using the one tool that's never failed them, memory. 6. The rhythm of your life together. Your cat has memorized your life down to the minute, and they notice when even the smallest thing changes. Feeding times, when you wake up, when you leave for work, when you come home, the sound of your car pulling in, the routine before bed. Cats don't just observe patterns, they internalize them. Routine, to a cat, is the closest thing they have to control in a world that's unpredictable and often overwhelming. When life follows the rhythm they remember, they feel secure. When that rhythm breaks, even slightly, their stress spikes. That's why your cat starts meowing 15 minutes before dinner, why they're waiting at the door when you come home, why they get anxious when you sleep in or stay out late. They're not guessing. They're remembering. Their brain has mapped out your predictability, and that map keeps them calm. Break the pattern, and you're not just inconveniencing them, you're destabilizing the framework they rely on to feel safe. Routine isn't boring to a cat. It's the thing that lets them breathe easy. And once they've memorized yours, it becomes part of how they navigate their entire day. 7. That one vet visit. They'll never let go. If your cat has ever had a truly traumatic vet visit, they didn't just remember the pain or the fear. They remembered everything connected to it. The carrier, the smell of the clinic, the sound of the car engine, the way you acted before you left, even the specific jacket you were wearing. Cats don't compartmentalize bad experiences. They build entire networks of associations around them. That's why your cat seems to sense a vet visit is coming before you even touch the carrier. The cues are there, buried in their memory, and their brain is already firing alarms. What looks like overreaction is actually anticipation. They're not being dramatic. They're responding to a detailed memory that's telling them, this is where bad things happen. Their fear isn't irrational. It's based on evidence they collected and stored. Understanding this doesn't make vet visits easier, but it should make us more compassionate. Your cat isn't trying to make your life harder. They're just trying not to relive something their brain refuses to forget. 8. You. Out of everything your cat will never forget, you are the biggest file in their memory. Your scent, your voice, the sound of your footsteps in the hallway, the way you say their name, the feeling of your hand on their head, the rhythm of your breathing when they sleep next to you. All of it is stored deep, tied to emotion, and built into the foundation of their world. Even if you're gone for weeks, even if months pass, that memory doesn't fade. When you come back, recognition is instant. Not because they counted the days, but because you never left their mind. You're part of their safety, their routine, their understanding of what home feels like. To your cat, you're not just the person who feeds them or cleans their litter box. You are the constant. You are the thing their brain comes back to when everything else feels uncertain. You are woven into their survival, their comfort, and their sense of security in ways that go deeper than behavior or training. You are a memory they carry every single day. And they'll carry it until they can't anymore. If this video changed the way you see your cat, if it helped you understand the invisible weight they carry and the memories they hold on to, then you're exactly the kind of person this channel is for. Every single week on Weka, we dig into the hidden world of cat behavior, the emotions they don't show, the love they express in ways most people miss, and the quiet brilliance behind every little thing they do. If you want to understand your cat on a deeper level, help them feel safer, and build a bond that actually respects the memories they carry, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Give your cat a slow blink from me, and I'll see you in the next one.